I want to talk about the month over month rising CPCs in Google Ads non-brand search campaigns. So first of all, what is non-brand search campaigns? Non-brand search campaigns are the campaigns which does not include your branded keywords. Like let's say if you are someone who is working in LGTV, and if your LGTV is your keyword, then that, like, your brand name should not be included in the search campaign. So for that, those kind of search campaigns, solely focusing on non-brand search campaigns, if their CPCs, if you are seeing their CPCs rising for your client or your brand, then this video might be helpful to you. And yeah, let's just jump right into this video. So today I'm going to basically talk about 5 things that might cause your CPCs to go higher, and also 10 things that you can use to basically help your CPCs to go down, and to overall see, like, is this or overall see if that can help you in controlling your CPCs. So yeah, let's jump right into it. So these are the 5 main causes that can hurt your brand CPC. First of all, the high competition. If you're if this is the time, where the season is higher for your brand, if the competition is really high, then high competition is one of the things that causes the CPCs to go higher. So be aware of that. The second thing is low quality score. If your ad relevancy is lower, and if your landing page is not optimized correctly, then that means you might be having a low quality score in ads. Low quality score is basically inversely proportional to the CPCs. So if your quality score, if your ad relevancy and your landing page optimization is not correct, then your CPCs are bound to get higher. So do count that as well. uh, yeah, now the third point is broad match keywords. So if you are using only broad match keywords in your search campaigns for your non-brand keywords, then you might see your broad match going beyond word relevancy anymore, and searching something that causes your CPCs to go higher. So always make sure that you are using broad match, but with a reason, and you're not just using broad match just because Google reps are recommending you to. So yeah, coming to the fourth point, overbidding. So overbidding sometimes does not help in the CPCs, and it might cause CPCs to go higher. The fifth point is ad relevance decline. If your customer is searching for the sneaker shoes, and if your ad is showing the formal shoes, buy the formal shoes, then your ad relevance is not there anymore. People will find that ad irrelevant basically. So yeah, that's what it means. And these four things definitely causes the CPCs to go higher. So yeah, you might want to find out what is your reason that your CPCs are going higher. Now let's dive into the solutions, how we can tackle these CPCs. So first point is separate brand and non-brand campaign. If you have not done that already, if you have done that, then that's a very great thing. Kudos, because that's the basic thing that you can do for your campaigns. If you have mixed both of them together, then definitely your bidding, this will you cannot control them with the good bidding strategy. You cannot apply them, because definitely your brand campaign CPCs will be lower, much lower than your non-brand campaigns CPC. So you will need to be you will need to be having different strategies for both of these brand campaigns and non-brand campaigns. So please separate them. And then there is this second thing, ad group segmentation by keyword intent. So what that shows is only have the ad group with the relevant keyword. Do not put all the keywords into only one ad group. That will because that way you can make an ad as per the ad group as well. If you are having the sneakers, shoes, formal shoes, other shoes category in only one ad group, and then you are making one ad out of it, so what you will show, like, only one, buy generic shoes, like, yeah, buy natural shoes, or so, then the ad relevancy will go down. So always try to use the ad groups as per the keywords. You're getting, I hope you're getting my point. So the third point is kind of similar, single ad keyword ad groups. Always remember to use the SCAG method. SCAG method is basically, don't use cluttered keyword, more or less two, three, four keywords, unless they are all the same, like all the similar kind, and you can have a unique ad out of them. So don't use different versatile keywords. The point is, only use SCAG method to create ad groups and ads to more control over the bits and the messaging of yours, so that your CPCs does not go higher. So that's the whole point of SCAG. The fourth point is tiered bidding by funnel stage. So now, if you have separated the brand and non-brand campaign, you have created ad groups and keywords and ad copies according to them. So now focus on the top funnel and bottom of funnel. Like, how will you give your bids according to that? So tiered bidding is basically, if you are let's say targeting non-brand search campaign, that is probably your top of funnel campaign, then probably keep the bids lower to the top of funnel campaign, because that will allow Google to have more bandwidth in the I mean, to show audience to, your ads, and that will allow Google's machine algorithm to learn more about users, and then it will allow Google Ads to optimize your campaign according to that. So if you keep your bids very high towards the top of funnel, it will not spread that much, and it will not show that much show your ads to multiple users, and it will not learn basically. So that's the whole point. Keep your bids low for top of funnel and keep your bids higher towards the bottom of funnel, so that bottom of funnels are basically low hanging fruits, so that if your bid is higher, then anyone else can't grab them before than you, because Google need to maintain that bid that you have given. So always keep your bids higher towards your bottom of funnel stages, um, or your remarketing audience, or just the audience that is very engaged and just wants to buy your product, then keep your bids higher towards that. Move to the fifth point, balanced keyword structuring. So this is basically a mix of exact phrase and broad match keyword. So basically what this shows is, you need to balance out your keyword structuring. um, okay, so this graph exactly shows how you should be bifurcating your brand campaign and non-brand campaign, and also within them, how you should be categorizing your exact match and phrase match. So let's dive into it. So for a non-brand campaign, as you can see, for non-brand campaign, you can categorize your audience into high intent, mid intent, and lower intent. So for lower intent audience, which you think these keywords are very low intent, and they are not very much associating with our brand. So but you still want to run ads on these keywords to find out to or to raise brand awareness as well. So then you might choose broad match keyword, and also keep the negative list updated, so that your CPCs doesn't go higher, as well as you are doing the brand awareness, and you are also targeting your top of funnel audience. So this way you control your CPCs, as well as you can target your top of funnel audience. And then there is this mid intent audience, are some audience that have been engaged in your brands, have shown some engagement towards your brand. So for that kind of audience, you can use phrase match, so that if they kind of search relevant to your keyword, then you appear, as well as keep the negative list updated towards this as well, because you don't want to see any negative any unnecessary keyword that might raise your CPCs. So then comes the high intent audience as well. So in non-brand campaign, if you're seeing audience very much interacting with your brand, and you have the exact keywords that are very high intent, but they are not brand keywords, obviously. So for that, you should use exact match, because then exact match will prioritized by Google over the phrase match and broad match. So there you should definitely use exact match, and phrase match if you want to, but not broad match for high intent non-branded search terms. So yeah, this way you should categorize your non-brand search campaigns. And for brand campaigns also, I have given, you can understand, like for high and low, because they are brand campaign, you can use exact or phrase match. And you want to use exact and phrase match, not the broad match exactly. Because what happens if you will use broad match for your brand campaigns, then that's a, I mean, if other brand is running ads on your brand's keyword, then they will, and if they are using exact match, then Google will prioritize them over you. So you should not, definitely not use broad match keyword here. So coming back to the fifth point that we have covered, exact phrase and broad match keywords. Now coming back to the sixth point, negative keyword strategy, which is like that I have shown in this structure, using the keyword negative keywords very smartly where they are needed. So you can keep this structure to, you can follow this structure for your brand as well. Yeah, so this is the same thing, negative keyword strategy. Don't waste your ad spend on irrelevant searches. Just keep on building the negative keyword list, and keep on adding it, so that you are doing what you want to do, as well as you are not wasting your ad spends. So seventh point is ad testing and optimization. Be doing A/B testing to improve the basically to improve ad relevancy in CTR. And then eighth point is bid adjustment for time and departing. So this is something like, if you are the brand that faces a lot of shopping, a lot of sales on the weekends, or between evening time, something like that, then you should adjust your budgets accordingly, according to that. So if for low performing hours, let's say, you should reduce your budget, and for high performing hours you should definitely increase your bids, so that the other brands does not steal your your customers. So you should be definitely be focusing on this also. And the ninth point is audience targeting. So audience targeting is focus on the high value audience for better CPC control. If you don't want to use a broad match audience, so always optimize that audience targeting in a better way. And then 10th option is device location and demographic segmentation. So basically what this is saying is, optimize your devices and location in a good way, and also demographically. So like, if your audience is 25 to 35, then don't target 18 to 65. Always keep it narrower towards, and if you know exactly what your audience are, then don't waste time on other audience. Prioritize your audience as well as yeah. So yeah, was the this was one of the points that I wanted to cover in 10th point as well. Like, do not choose this option, presence or interest, while choosing your location. Always be aware of this option, presence or interest, because when you choose the presence or interest, what it exactly means is, you are targeting the people who have shown interest in your product. So not just your location, but you are targeting also the people who have shown interest outside of your location. So what it does, it ends up spending a lot of dollars, or a lot of your rupees, on other locations as well. Only if you are so if you are not 100% sure about presence or interest, then do not use this option, and only use the presence people, the presence option. So yeah, I think these were the 10 points that I had for lowering down the CPCs. I think you can definitely check out this campaign structure. That will definitely that should help you in keeping your structure together. And yeah, That's it from my side for today, and let me know if I can help you in some other ways. And you can also check out this blog in the detail. I'll put down the link below, and yeah, do check out that. And yeah, please subscribe if you like it. I'll keep on posting more videos. Thank you.